As the NFL season starts to wind down, we all know we're going to be itching for more football. That's where our friends from up north come in. The Canadian Football League is a good way to get your pigskin fix. However, their rules are a little different, eh? So here's everything you need to know about the Canadian Football League and its rules explained. First thing you need to know about Canadian football is that the scoring is a little quirky. Touchdowns, field goals, safeties, they're all the same. But there's this thing called a rouge, and there's 3 ways to score a rouge or a single. If the kicking team misses a field goal and the ball goes out of bounds, if a team punts and the ball goes out of bounds through the end zone, and if a defensive player is tackled in his own end zone after a kick. This is where your special teams unit can really shine and get you some extra points. Speaking of kicking field goals and PATs, you may notice that the goalpost is right on the goal line. That's got to make it way harder to throw slants in the end zone. The game is different when it comes to the numbers. Their field is a bit bigger than its American cousin. It's 110 yards long, 65 yards wide, and the end zones are 20 yards deep each. It makes sense that the field is bigger because in Canadian football, there's 12 players on both offense and defense compared to 11 down below the border. If you ever watch a game, you'll notice that the backfield is pretty chaotic before the snap. That's because all offensive backfield players, anyone not on the line of scrimmage, except the QB, can motion in any direction at any time, even at the time of the snap. So receivers can get a running start on their routes, which makes offenses more exciting to watch and is probably hell for DBs trying to press. Canadians ain't got time for going for it on 4th down because in the CFL, you only have 3 downs to make it 10 yards. Side note, isn't it kind of weird that they use yards and not meters? Just me thinking out loud. Anyways, teams can either go for it or punt on 3rd down, just like the NFL. When it comes to CFL rules, we already talked about some of the major ones, but here's some weird honorable mentions. On punt returns, there is no fair catch, but the kicking team has to give the returner a 5-yard halo. If you're a QB and you don't have anyone open, you can't throw the ball away. You gotta run the ball or eat the sack. Lastly, you may be wondering how much the average player makes in the CFL, because in the NFL, the money is just getting bigger. The average salary in the league is 60 to 80,000 Canadian dollars, which is like 48 to 64,000 American dollars. So a lot of the players in the CFL usually have a second job. Yes, the NFL is the best, but the CFL is really fun to watch too, and you'll recognize a lot of names if you follow college football. So if you're willing to throw down some loonies and toonies for the Canadian sports package, you'll be able to watch big plays from the gridiron all year long. I'm Riley Winn with Jukes. Hey, see you on the next one.